Aloha, and welcome to Island Living TV. On this episode, we take you to the Big Island of Hawaii, where we visit the Lava Lava Beach Club. Then join us as we travel to the original Hawaiian chocolate factory. We also sit down and talk with KITV4 news anchor Yunji de Nies. On our last stop, we travel to Waimea on the Big Island to welcome back a re-established community icon, the original historic Parker Ranch Broiler. Stay with us as we bring you spectacular images of the people and places that make life in Hawaii unique. This is Island Living. For our first segment, we take you to the Lava Lava Beach Club on the Big Island, where you can drink and fine dine in a laid-back and luxurious beachfront setting.
Welcome to Lava Lava Beach Club, the Big Island's newest and most exciting oceanfront restaurant and event center. Aloha, my name's Nick. I'm the general manager here at Lava Lava Beach Club, and I would love to show you our amazing property. Located on Anaia Bay, adjacent to Waikoloa Beach Resort, this 10-acre facility features a full-service restaurant and bar serving lunch and dinner. We're the newest in a family of restaurants that includes Huggos and Huggos on the Rocks, continuing decades of a family tradition of fine dining in a Hawaiian sort of way. Our menu features the freshest local ingredients with an exotic international flair. Try one of our signature dishes, like the Lava Lava Beach Club's macadamia nut fresh catch with strawberry habanero salsa, low and slow baby back ribs with island slaw and sweet potato fries, and Huggos teriyaki steak with jasmine rice and green papaya salad, an island favorite since 1969. Here's Chef Jeff Reedman to tell you about a few more of our menu items.
Hi, today we're starting with a fresh island fish ceviche. We've got fresh mahi and ono that we've tossed with all three kinds of citrus that we have in the house. We have orange juice, lime juice, orange zest, lemon zest, lime zest, some cucumber, red bell peppers, some habanero peppers, and garlic. And then we've got some smoked guava salt that we've finished with, garnish, and some crispy fennel fronds and a tamarillo, which is a tree tomato. Okay, right here we've got a smoked baby back rib that was rubbed with the Kiavi sea salt right here. Finished with a hot mustard sauce and Big Island organic honey barbecue sauce. We've got pineapple risotto and green papaya slaw. And then just on the top here, we've got a Kona coffee syrup glaze. This dish was composed with these ingredients. So we started our rub here with smoked Kiavi salt. Our barbecue sauce consists of the organic Big Island honey and Auntie's mustard up, some hot sauce, as well as some whole grain mustard. And then the reduction we've got just to top this glaze is just a little bit of this reduced Kona coffee syrup. It's all compliments of Hawaiian gift basket, and the salt was compliments of Hawaiian volcano salt. Finally, here we have a Haupia coconut crisp cookie Napoleon. We've got our house-made Haupia custard divided by our blue collar coconut crisp cookies, a Hawaiian coffee syrup, just a little drizzle finish. We've reduced that down, and then we've got guava smoked sea salt just to finish it off, give you that sweet and salty contrast.
Our staff is dedicated to giving you a fun dining experience with something for everyone. We strive to create great memories for both visitors and locals alike. Enjoy poo-poos in our comfy lounge chairs. Or enjoy one of our spectacular sunsets. Our full-service bar is a great place to enjoy our live music every evening from 5 to 9.
The night is young.
We have 4 private cottages that all have the comforts of a private home, the convenience of a beachfront hotel, and the excitement of a surf shack, adorned with relaxed New Island decor and decorated with the vibrant colors of coconut fronds, ocean, and sunsets. Just seconds from the beach, each features a unique outdoor shower. We offer an exciting venue for weddings, family reunions, and corporate events, or an intimate private dinner for 2. Our beach has long been a favorite site for weddings and vow renewals. Now, with the availability of the cottages and catering services, it's the perfect spot for anything from a small quiet ceremony to a reception for hundreds of guests. Thank you for spending this time with us. Please come by and experience the Lava Lava Beach Club. When enjoying a day on Waikoloa Beach, there's no better spot to enjoy a casual, relaxed lunch or dinner. Aloha, a hui ho.
With 2 locations to serve you, Hawaiian Diamond Company is a Big Island tradition in your full-service jewelry store. Browse collections of world-famous designers, exotic gems, Hawaiian heirloom bangles, and jewelry. Estate pieces from around the globe, timepieces by Metal CH and Citizen, watch battery replacement service, and don't miss the custom Honu Peridot pendant. Visit us in Kona next to Safeway or at the Queens Marketplace Waikoloa Beach Resort. Hawaiian Diamond Company, a Big Island tradition.
Along the slopes of Hualalai Mountain on the island of Hawaii, cacao trees are nurtured by rich volcanic soil, gentle island rains, and tropical sunshine. We are the first to grow, hand-pick, sun-dry, and process only Hawaiian-grown cocoa bean. The island of Hawaii, which is located at 18 degrees, is an ideal location to cultivate cacao. The trees at the original Hawaiian chocolate factory are forastero, and 85% of the world's chocolate comes from this variety of tree. Forastero is the tree of choice because of its higher yield. The trees are cauliflory and rampiflory. Cauliflory means the blossoms and fruit grow from the stalks, stems, and trunks of the trees. Rampiflory means limbs with flowers, so likewise, the flowers and fruit will come on the limbs of the tree. At certain times of the year, you can hardly see the bark on the trees because of all the clusters of blooms, as many as 10 to 20,000 on each tree. The little pod, called a sherrill, takes 5 months to grow to full ripeness. After the pod has been on the trunk or limb of the tree for 145 days, there is a window of 8 to 10 days when the pod will start to make a color transition from unripe to ripe. The cocoa beans have a white coating called puma. Each bean has the ability to generate its own surface heat called exothermal energy, which helps to remove the puma coating, revealing a shell. When the beans are removed from the pod, they are placed in a wooden bin constructed of untreated timber called a sweat box. Weighing 500 to 600 pounds, this mound of beans will heat up to 122 degrees, and the white puma will transform into a clear liquid that will drain through the beans, out through the slats, onto the ground, a process called sweating the beans. Inside the box is an atmosphere of natural acids, specifically acidic and lactic acid. Eventually, those acids will infiltrate into the beans combined with the natural citric acids already in the bean, and it is these three acids that kill the bean and jumpstart the development. When the beans come out of the sweat box, they have a strong smell, but once they are placed in the sun on the drying racks, the odor goes away in a few days. The beans also come out plump with 50% moisture, which will be reduced to 7% as they are sun-dried for the next 22 to 28 days of continuous sunshine. It takes approximately 6 months before a cocoa bean is ready to be made into chocolate. Cultivated 5 months on the tree, managed another month on the ground.
Now there are 5 steps to convert a cocoa bean or cacao bean into an edible piece of chocolate: cleaning, roasting, winnowing, conching, and tempering.
At the original Hawaiian chocolate factory, the drying racks are opened every morning and the beans are culled to remove extraneous matter and immature beans. The second step is roasting, where the flavor of the bean is locked in. Cocoa beans are roasted using a coffee roaster. Step 3. The winnower removes the shell and breaks the bean into nib. The nibs now move to step 4, called conching. The conch has 36 carbon steel blades like a fan turbine on a jet engine. The first 2 hours will grind the nib to a concentrated liquid called liquor. At the start of the 13-hour second ingredient run, all the necessary components for milk or dark chocolate are added, and then the steel blades turn, loosen and tighten methodically and slowly to mix all the ingredients very thoroughly. Once the chocolate is finished, either milk or dark, it goes to the holding tank for step 5, tempering. At this point, the chocolate is being moved very slowly. By physically stirring the chocolate very slowly and lowering the temperature very methodically from 120 degrees down to 86 degrees, the molecular configuration of unstable cocoa butter crystals is forced to convert to stable cocoa butter crystals, giving the chocolate a satin sheen and a nice snap, which assists with demolding. And finally, the finished product, 100% original Hawaiian chocolate in individual bars, chocolate lovers 1-pound bars, bite-sized plumerias, and all sorts of other delicious chocolate treats. Mahalo for visiting our little piece of paradise. And remember, chocolate is aloha.
We now talk with local girl and KITV4 news anchor Yunji de Nies, and how her path as a national journalist has led her back home to the islands of Hawaii. Hi, my name is Chadwick Shimomura and this is Island Living TV. Today we have KITV4 anchor Yunji de Nies. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am from the Big Island. We lived on Oahu until I was 6. My parents split up. My mom moved to the Big Island and I went with her. My dad went to California, which is how I ended up in San Francisco for high school years later. So she initially moved to Kailua and then Waikoloa and then Waimea, so kind of made her way up there. Now she's in Hawaii.
What inspired you to have a career in journalism?
Well, you know, my dad growing up always read the paper and always listened to NPR, and so it was something that news was very prominent in our house. So growing up, I think I was very aware of world events and what was going on, and that sort of just sparked my interest, and it blossomed from there. When I was in college, I interned at Nightline, which is a show at ABC, a news program. At the time, Ted Koppel was the anchor, and I was just fascinated with news, and that sort of sparked the interest, lit the match, and, you know, I've been pursuing it ever since. New Orleans was my first on-air job. I had worked there for about a year, and then Hurricane Katrina hit. So I was a very inexperienced reporter, but I was thrust into this big national story, and it was different for me because most of the stories that you do don't necessarily affect you personally. This one obviously affected me personally because our station was destroyed, my house was unlivable, all my friends were displaced. It was just a very sort of traumatic event on a personal level, but then on a professional level, you couldn't ask for a bigger story, and a story that was ongoing and had so many different facets. It had politics, it had race, it had obviously the environmental component, it had everything kind of meshed together, and it lasted for a really long time.
Tell me a little bit about the Obamas. Being from Hawaii, did that kind of help?
The first time I met him in person was on Air Force One. It was one of his first trips as president. He came back, and my mother had told me, because I said, oh, I'm going to be on Air Force One today, maybe I'll see the president. She says, oh, if you see him, give him a shaka for me. So I was like, okay, but then the president comes back there. You know, what do you say? You're totally like, and so I was like, oh, hi, Mr. President. My mom told me to give you a shaka from you. And of course, that was actually kind of nice because it was something a little more personal. And if you see this photograph of us, we're both going like this to each other. It's kind of sweet. When you work for a show like Good Morning America or Nightline or World News, you get access to people in a way that you wouldn't necessarily normally. And I interviewed this boy once, I'll never forget it. His name is Brian Jackson, and when he was a baby, his father injected him with HIV, and his father basically tried to kill him so that he could get out of paying child support. He's now in college, and he has turned what is incredible tragedy, his father has since gone to prison, into this whole foundation. He's a big advocate for HIV and AIDS. He has taken something that is horrible, incredibly negative, and turned it into such a positive.
News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, I'm Yunji de Nies with breaking news right off.
What is your most funniest moment or embarrassing moment on there?
Oh my goodness, there are so many. How much time do you have? We were doing a very serious story about race and a death that had happened on Bourbon Street. And I'm standing out there, I'm super green, I'm super scared. You know, going live in the beginning is really hard. And first, this guy comes and he just does like a swan dive through the live shot, just like, you know, letting us know he's there. So I'm still talking, super serious, and then this lady comes up and she's drunk and she starts poking me right here, just on the side. What's this about? And I am totally indignant. I'm 25, and I turned to her and I said, excuse me, we are on the news. And then, of course, I turned back, and I had no idea what I was saying, and I was terrible. I lost the whole thing. I went back to the live truck and I cried.
How has your experience been coming back home?
I just feel so blessed, and there's little things that you forget, just how nice everybody is. The Aloha Spirit's like a real thing. It's not, you know, it's just something on a postcard. I think that people are nicer, they take their time, maybe not as slow here as it is up in Hawaii, but there is this real sort of caring. The food's great, the people are nice, everyone's been really welcoming. So I think all in all, I made the best choice.
I want to thank you, Yunji, for being a guest on Island Living TV, and
Thank you.
I wish you the best, and I hope you stay with KITV4 for many years to come.
Thank you, I hope so too.
And wish you all the best in your career. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pam and Bob Cooper would like to welcome you to the original Hawaiian Chocolate Factory, the first processing plant for making chocolate in the state of Hawaii and home of original Hawaiian chocolate. We are the first to grow, handpick, sun-dry and process only Hawaiian-grown cocoa beans, non-blended to assure purity and quality. The result is a unique and delicious signature chocolate of distinctive texture and taste.
Parker Ranch Broiler, the original historic steakhouse at Parker Ranch Shopping Center.
Aloha, my name is Gordon Helm. I'm a part owner of the Broiler with my son and a few other people. When the restaurant was built in '74, what really happened was Richard Smart, who was the last owner of the ranch, he was a Broadway star and he entertained a lot. And there was basically nothing here in Waimea other than the home that he had. And he always loved his cowboys and the ranchers. So he built this for two reasons. One was to take care of his workers, his cowboys and employees, as well as entertaining his Broadway friends when he invites them over. And he had this beautiful restaurant to entertain in. Parker Ranch ran it up to about the early 80s, and they also have leased it out with quite a few different owners. During the course of time, coming here a lot as a young worker and visitor, and now that I moved back here, I could not see anything else other than this restaurant becoming the icon it was back in the early 70s. We needed to reopen and reestablish this steakhouse because it's been closed for a few years. The community was in dire need of having a good place to come back and have a good steak dinner, and family-oriented where the prices are reasonable and the service was good. My son, the chef Keola, he's in the back. He made a very nice menu. He put everything together for the restaurant, especially supporting all of the ranchers. All of our food is fresh out of the farmer lots. Our fishes are caught in the morning, brought up that morning. We've had quite a few reviews that were very favorable. 90% of all our reviews are very 4-star plus. So we're hoping that we can keep this going. We got music, live music every weekend. It's the history, it's the ambiance, it's the service, it's the quality of food, and it's basically the cost effectiveness that we're trying to preserve. People love it so far. I'm hoping that you guys travel to the Big Island. If you do, stop on by.
Good morning, welcome to the Parker Ranch Broiler. I am Keola, the chef here. Today we're going to be preparing one of our signature dishes, and that is our Kona Coffee braised brisket. One thing about this brisket, it is locally raised, so there's no antibiotics, no hormones, none of that yucky stuff, all natural, lots of flavor. So what we do is we start with our dry rub, Kona Coffee dry rub. It's one of your basic rubs. We use a combination of smoked paprika, oregano, garlic powder, onion powder, and then of course we add our local Kona Coffee grounds to that. So we go ahead and rub this boy down. Get it nice and coated. Always fat cap up. Then we throw a little bit more grounds over the top. Once we get that nice and rubbed in there, our fresh brewed Kona coffee from one of our local purveyors. The coffee provides a nice unique flavor, but also adds a little bit of smokiness without having to smoke the brisket itself. So we get about halfway up the meat. The final step would be to wrap this up nice and tight with some foil, get into the oven at about 250 degrees, slow cooking for about 12 hours. So after about 12 hours of braising in the oven, we bring out our brisket and check it for doneness. The brisket should be just about ready. If you need to check, you take a meat fork, poke it in the center. If it comes out nice and clean, you're ready to go. If it grabs a little, leave it in for about another hour. Come on down and try our signature dish, our Kona Coffee braised brisket.
Come on in for lunch or dinner and try our specialty dishes. Juicy, grass-fed local ribeye steak, the chef's signature candy glazed salmon, delicious Kona Coffee braised brisket. In our Colonel Sam's Lounge, check out our signature drinks: Virgin Lava Flow, Plantation Mint Iced Tea, and Parker Ranch Broiler Arnold Palmer. We feature happy hour from 4:30 till 6:30 p.m., poo-poos and drink specials. Senior Discount Wednesdays are featured from 4 p.m. Live music weekends. Lunch served 11 a.m. through 5 p.m. Dinner is served from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. We proudly support Big Island ranchers, farmers, and fishermen, featuring steaks, prime rib, fresh seafood, brisket, steak burger, soups, salads, dessert, and keiki and poo-poo menus. Kids eat free Tuesdays, and all kids' meals include free dessert and a toy from our treasure chest after the meal. Call us at 808-885-5300 to book your reservations today. The original historic Parker Ranch Steakhouse at Parker Ranch Shopping Center, near the food court next to the Parker Ranch store.
But you have to be here to enjoy it. The ambiance, the fireplace, it's a more of a upcountry lodge feeling in Waimea. So please, come enjoy our aloha and enjoy our food.
We would like to thank you, our viewers, for watching another episode of Island Living TV. 100% local, 100% original. Be sure to check out our previous episodes at www.oc16.tv or on OC16 On Demand. Aloha, and I'll see you next time. Mahalo to our sponsors, Lava Lava Beach Club, the original Hawaiian Chocolate Factory, Parker Ranch Broiler, Kama'aina Diamonds, Hawaii Gift Baskets, Hawaiian Volcano Sea Salt, Blue Kalo, Olokai Hawaii, Bike Works,